What really happened at Westgate Shopping Mall on that September afternoon? A cool Saturday in Nairobi, people out shopping, sipping tea, kids playing in the toy aisle. Then, gunfire, explosions, screams. Welcome to my journalism toolkit. I'm Jamal Osman. Each week, I reflect on some of the stories I have reported over the years. I was driving through South London when I got the call. A contact in Nairobi said they have hit Westgate. I checked on social media, videos of smoke rising, chaos. And just like that, I knew this was big. Not just a shooting, not a robbery. This was something else. The Westgate Mall was under siege. Gunmen were inside, calm, methodical, brutal. They weren't there to negotiate. They were there to send a message. The atmosphere was heavy. Locals gathered outside the cordon, weeping, praying, staring into the distance. The media scrambled, confusion, speculation, live reports rolling in. And me, I was trying to do what we always do in these moments: stay calm, stay focused, find the truth in the chaos. Al-Shabaab had been under pressure. They had lost Kismayo to the Kenyans, a strategic money-making port city. Inside their movement, divisions, assassinations, ideological splits. They needed to show strength, to remind their supporters and their enemies they were still a force, still dangerous, still willing to die for the cause. Westgate Shopping Mall was their answer. I faced a dilemma. My instinct, of course, was to fly out. As a journalist, that's what we do. You go, you bear witness, but this time I made a different call. I stayed in London and reported the story from here. Why? Because it was a risk not worth taking. Emotions were running high. The Kenyan government was misleading the public, saying they were in control, when they clearly were not. And I was getting accurate information. Revealing that would have angered the authorities. I could have become the target. In moments like this, you have to think clearly, strategically. This was a breaking, high-profile story. You need news lines. I focused on that, and I was doing better than many on the ground. Sometimes, distance gives you clarity. This was psychological warfare. Al-Shabaab chose a shopping center, a place of leisure, a place where people feel safe. Westgate wasn't random, it was symbolic.
She's injured behind her.
Western shoppers, wealthy Kenyans, Somali politicians, reportedly Israeli-owned. Every detail was chosen to provoke, to wound, to be remembered. President Uhuru Kenyatta addressed the nation. Grief, defiance, national pride. He called Al-Shabaab cowards, and Kenyans took that to heart. But this attack, it hit deep. There was a loss of innocence, a fracture in the national psyche. People were looking over their shoulders. Even the simple act of shopping now came with fear. Covering the story wasn't easy. Rumors were everywhere. Some said a British woman, the so-called White Widow, was among the attackers. Others claimed Israeli commandos were inside. Meanwhile, Al-Shabaab were live tweeting the attack. Then their account would vanish, only for another one to pop up. Propaganda in real time, digital warfare, layered over bullets and blood. I interviewed the Al-Shabaab spokesman on the phone. He denied the White Widow's involvement.
I'm confirming to you now, and I said it yesterday, that we don't use women on the battlefield and in the military.
The siege dragged on for 4 days, 4 long, bloody days. By the end, more than 60 people were dead, hundreds wounded, families shattered, and what haunted many Kenyans was this: reports that some of the attackers may have escaped, vanished into Somalia's shadows, back into the arms of their comrades, now held as heroes. They became living martyrs, celebrities in jihadist circles, the Westgate men. To hear more stories like this, join me on Substack, my journalism toolkit. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.